All right, think about this for a second. A billionaire, a world-class scientist, an Olympic athlete. What do they have that we don't? Well, it's not time. They all have the exact same 24 hours in a day. The real difference? It's how they use their brain. And doesn't it feel like some days you wake up and you're already tired? You've got this massive to-do list, but zero energy to tackle it. You sit down, you try to focus, but your mind is just everywhere. Phone notifications, social media, that little voice telling you to check your email just one more time. It's exhausting. It really comes down to this simple contrast. On one side, you've got a mind that's controlling you, leaving you feeling fatigued, distracted, and stressed out. But on the other side, a mind that you control, and that brings clarity, satisfaction, and a sense of mastery. Imagine finishing your day feeling accomplished, not just exhausted. That's not some fantasy. It's totally achievable, and it's based on science. See, the secret isn't about working harder or pushing through the pain. It's about working smarter. Neuroscience has basically given us the user manual for our own brains, these little shortcut buttons, if you will. The principles we're about to cover are the keys to pressing those buttons and unlocking your true potential.
So in this explainer, we're going to walk through the 4 key parts. We'll start with the 3 big pillars: fueling your brain's hardware, upgrading its software, and mastering your emotions. Then we'll talk about how to actually put it all into practice. Let's get right into it.
First things first, we have to talk about the physical foundation. Before you can even think about changing your thinking, you've got to take care of the physical organ that does all the work, the brain itself.
And look, this really just boils down to 2 fundamental, absolutely non-negotiable rules: sleep and exercise. These 2 things are the bedrock of your brain's performance, period.
Seriously, when was the last time you woke up feeling truly amazing? That feeling comes from great sleep. It's not just about resting. It's your brain's nightly maintenance crew at work. It's cleaning out toxins, filing away memories, and balancing your emotions. Honestly, it's the single best way to start your day with a fully charged mind. And then there's exercise. We always think of it as something for our bodies, for our muscles, right? But it's actually premium fuel for our minds. When you move your body, even just a quick 20-minute walk, your brain gets flooded with this amazing chemical cocktail of dopamine and serotonin. The stuff literally clears away the mental fog and strengthens the connections you need for focus, memory, and creativity. Okay, so once the hardware is taken care of, a well-rested, well-fueled brain is ready for a software upgrade. This next part is all about the mental habits, the operating system that really dictates how effectively we think and learn. We're going to dive into 3 software rules that are, and I'm not kidding, absolute game changers. Mastering your focus, using repetition, and tapping into the incredible power of visuals. You ever find yourself trying to do 5 things at once? You're writing an email, but you're also thinking about a meeting and you've got a video playing in the background. We think we're being super efficient, but what's really happening is our brain is frantically switching from one thing to the next. And every single jump, just like you see here, costs us mental energy. Our focus gets completely shattered. The real superpower isn't multitasking. It's deep, single-task focus. Now, isn't it weird how you can remember the lyrics to a song you haven't heard in 10 years, but you forget a brilliant idea from a book you literally just finished? The answer is simple: repetition. Your brain is a muscle. You can't build it with just one trip to the gym. Every time you repeat an idea, you read it, you write it, you say it out loud, you're telling your brain, hey, this is important, keep it. That's how you turn flimsy information into rock-solid knowledge. And here's another awesome brain hack. Our brains are visual creatures. As you can see from this chart, when you just read text, retention is, okay. But when you pair that text with a relevant image, whoosh, retention goes through the roof. That's because our brains process images way faster, they engage more parts of our brain, and they hook directly into our long-term memory. Reading words is work. Seeing a picture is an experience. Okay, this brings us to our final and maybe the most important pillar. You can have the best hardware, the most amazing software, but if your emotions are calling the shots, none of it matters. This is all about managing that inner command center that drives everything we do. So the last set of rules is all about understanding stress, connecting with your emotions, and, believe it or not, using breaks to your advantage. We tend to treat stress like it's the bad guy, right? Something we have to fight or just ignore and push through. But what if we looked at it differently? What if stress is just a signal, a notification from your brain saying, hey, something here needs your attention? The best first step isn't to work harder, it's to pause, take a breath, and just ask, what do I need right now? Listening to that signal is how you get back in control. The truth is, logic can only get us so far. The real powerful driver of action is emotion. When you can connect what you're doing to a deeper why, to a sense of purpose or passion, your motivation becomes unstoppable. You don't need discipline anymore because you have genuine desire. And that's when productivity stops feeling like a chore and starts feeling like flow. And here's a cool piece of science that proves why breaks are so crucial. Your brain operates on something called ultradian rhythms. Basically, it can maintain peak focus for about 90 to 120 minutes. After that, performance naturally starts to dip. Trying to push past that is like trying to drive a car on empty. It just doesn't work. But a short 5 to 10 minute break is all it takes to reset and recharge for the next sprint. Think about what that really means. Taking a break isn't a sign of weakness. It's a strategic weapon for high performance. It's in those moments of doing nothing that we actually recharge our focus, spark our best ideas, and get our energy back for the deep work that matters. So, we've covered a lot of ground. We've gone from feeling distracted and overwhelmed to having a clear, science-backed roadmap for taking back control of our minds. And it all really comes down to these 3 pillars. Number 1, fuel your physical hardware with good sleep and exercise. Number 2, upgrade your mental software by mastering focus, using repetition, and adding visuals. And number 3, master your inner world by listening to stress, connecting to your why, and taking smart breaks. And these aren't just some abstract theories to think about. These are practical, daily tools. They're the silent weapons that, when you actually use them, can truly transform your work, your mindset, and, well, pretty much everything.
But look, knowledge is one thing, action is everything. So the only question that really matters is the one right here on the screen. Now that you have the rules, are you just going to be a passive listener? Or are you going to pick one, just one of these rules, and start living it today? The choice is all yours.